Good morning, traders. This is a live trade recap. I took 4 trades in the pre-market. Today's Friday, December 4th, 5:35 a.m. So every single one of these trades was a terrible trade. And the reason why they were terrible trades is there wasn't enough volume. And so I've added a rule. I had some rules here about volume, but the 4 a.m. thing, when you're trading, when the pre-market first opens, it's kind of tricky. And basically what happened was, I don't have this part on video because the watch list I was using on my laptop, because it wasn't updating here on my desktop for whatever reason. That seems to be a recurring issue with Webull. But basically, whatever was at the the very top of this of the top gainers, but organized by volume, was out of my price range, like either too cheap or too expensive. So the first thing that was in my price range, I think, was this Hgsh. Then there was Frsx and Sglb, and there was also another one that's not even right here, sorry, Reto is I also took a trade on, which now is gaining some volume, but at the time that I took it, was pretty low. So one rule that I made is that if it's not in the top 3, then I can't take a trade. So if the top 3 aren't in my price range, then I'm not taking a trade. And if basically by like 4:15, if there's nothing up here that I can trade, then I just back away and I wait for the market open to take a trade. So that's a rule that I added here. 4 a.m. trades, don't enter a trade unless the stock is in the top 3 highest volume. I think that's going to save me from making those stupid trades. I had this before, but that wasn't good enough. So let's get to the trades really quick here. There's 4 of them. They were all terrible. and basically because of lack of volume, but that's my fault for taking them. So the first one was on the Hgsh. Here it is. So this is like an attempt at a reversal, which there's a fair argument that this is a possible reversal play, but there's no volume. So anytime there's not enough volume, the patterns that exist don't really matter. They don't really mean anything, because at any time volume can come in and just like wildly change everything. But if there was volume, this is a fairly decent pattern, because the tops of these candles, they're all lower than the others. So the first candle to make a new high could signal a reversal, and that was the entry I took. But again, because lack of volume, it's not a valid pattern anymore. So I'll just show you the entry real quick. There, it popped up above that candle, and I hesitated a little bit, but I said, okay, that was what I was looking for. Let me get in. And basically, so I set my stop 10 cents lower than my entry, even though it was above this candle, just as an attempt to protect my capital. Maybe subconsciously I knew this was a terrible entry, or just a trade I shouldn't have been taking. The entry was okay, but this is just not a trade I should have taken, because there was no volume. And then flushes down, and then I get out, and I took a little slippage on that. I think like an extra 2 cents. And then the next trade, see, I go back to this page, but I'm looking at my laptop because this isn't updating properly. The next trade was on Sglb. And again, this didn't have any volume. And the price action looks pretty bad anyway, but this was kind of like another, I'm just, I guess, imposing a pattern that doesn't really exist here, but kind of like another reversal pattern. And there I gave this 10 cents just because, this price action doesn't make a lot of sense. So this one was a trade I was in till the very end of this video, basically. So I'm going to be taking other trades while this one's going on. So Frsx, if there was any trade that I really, was kind of okay in taking, it might have been this one. This one had some fairly decent volume, although it wasn't in the top 3, so it's not a trade I would be taking in the future. But as far as like a pattern goes, this is fairly decent run up. But the idea behind this one was like an ABCD pattern, and it's a pretty weak version of that, because what you want to see after this run is like a 50% pullback to this area, and it didn't give that. It gave this huge engulfing candle here. Well, it's not quite an engulfing candle, but it's a really big red candle. And the pullbacks, you want to see smaller candles. You don't want to see them like the same size as the I mean, this I guess is like a more of like a green to red move, so showing like everyone that got in here is just trying to get out and take profit. But basically here, so it's kind of an ABC pattern and a break of a 1 minute candle. It never really broke. It actually just came back to the top of this previous candle and I got in. So a lot of dumb decisions that I made. So let's see. Well, yeah, so I think I took another. This is the other thing is one of my rules is 2 trades per session, and I took 4 today, so I just added to my losses by doing that. So which one is this? Yeah, this is the Frsx trade. You can see if it's starting to fail right away. I think I got out of this thing pretty quick. Well, no, I guess not. Sglb, that's still chopping around. Here we go. Frsx, there we go. I got out as soon as it broke that level. Still got a few cents slippage there, I think. Yeah, there's my cancel order. Yeah, I got filled at 160. So, but again, my fault, because these are trades I should not have been in. All right. So here is the 4th trade on Reto. Again, this is like, what is this? This is nothing. I think I was forcing another ABCD pattern, but this is so choppy. It's not really an ABCD pattern. I mean, you can kind of force patterns that aren't really there. So I think I got in for the break of that candle, and I meant to put this stop at the bottom here. There's like a double bottom. It comes down pretty quick here. I'm kind of fast forwarding too. Yeah, it's tapping it, so I figure I'll stay in until it breaks it, and then it breaks it pretty hard and fast. So I took more slippage there, because I kind of hesitated on that 99-cent. Yeah, let's see, where did I get filled? Because I should have got out at 99 cents, and trying to see where it didn't really show the. Oh well. Oh, there it was. 97 cents, so 2 cents slippage. That's not bad, but it's just, again, should not have been in that trade. And then finally, here's Sglb. Now, this video started, it was 3:59 a.m. My first trade, which this is kind of a red flag, is already at 4:07 a.m. If I'm not in a trade in the first few minutes of the session open, that's probably a sign there's not much going on. So now we're at Sglb, and this thing just hopped around. I didn't really have much reason to stay in it. I guess I just figured, well, at this point, if I get lucky, I might as well hang out in this trade. And then so I sold 2 shares at 365, so it's only like a 10-cent gain. But part of that was because it's getting so, I've been in here so long now, 45 minutes, and I don't like to sit in any session like longer than 15 minutes unless I'm in like a winner that just keeps running, so I'm just like looking for reasons to get out. So once I sell half, I always get out if it comes back down to my entry, so that'll speed up this trade a little bit and get me out. Now, this is really interesting. So because there's no volume in this thing, and because it's a low float, right now, I think I was sitting, so we're here at 365. Oh, when it pops up to 370, let's see, get to that. Oh, okay, here on the 5-minute chart you can see it didn't update on the 1-minute chart. It's at 370, and I hit a sell one share. I go to sell one share. The price is at 370 right now, right? Someone had just bought a bunch of shares, 148 shares at 370. Watch what happens when I sell my one share. It's coming quick right there. My one share dropped the price 4 cents because there's no volume, and that's because that's where the bid was. Yeah, so see, the bid is at 366. So even though the current price is at 370, the first person that's willing to buy any shares, his price is at 366. So since I'm selling at the bid, that brought the price right down from 370 to 366. And then I basically probably started a domino effect or chain reaction, because after that other people started selling off. So it's kind of interesting that, you know, you with one share you can influence the market if there's not enough volume. Because look, the thing just continued to sell off, and then I had to get out there at 359 because that's what I said. If it comes back down to my entry, I was just looking to see, like, okay, someone just sold. Should have got out there at 362, or I think I tried to. Well, apparently not. There, finally get out. Oh, and then yeah, I took a lot of slippage there, 351. So anyway, let's go over the P&L real quick. I know this is a long video, but look at this. What a mess. These are all trades that I didn't have to take, that I shouldn't have taken. And hopefully this new rule keeps me out of those. And you know, you might argue, well, you know, volume is an issue at 4 a.m. And that's true, but if you're trading the ones that have the high volume, you can really do well. And last month, the majority of my green trades were in the pre-market at that, you know, just starting at 4 a.m. So you can see, like, here's all my pre-market trades. I made the most money out of all the 3 sessions. So that's my bread and butter. But when I do stupid stuff like that, it's not gonna work out. So every single one of those trades gets a yellow, which means I took a dumb trade. So 4 dumb trades in a row. I don't know, you know, no excuse for that. When am I going to start listening to this? That's the question. See, so when you do dumb stuff like that, you have to try to identify, you know, not just why you did it, because I mean, if you realized when you're doing it, you know, this is kind of a stupid entry and you took it anyway, that means you can do it again for sure, and you probably will. So the best thing to do, instead of trying to say, oh, I have to be smarter, I have to have more discipline, it's good luck with that. It's really hard to control that kind of stuff. You know, we're human beings. So the best thing is to try to figure out a rule that you can follow that is like very cut and dry. And that way, at least if I break this rule, I mean, I'm gonna really slap myself on the wrist, so to speak. You know, make myself take a day off of trading or something like that. You know, there's going to be repercussions for breaking that rule, because it's very cut and dry. And it won't even matter if it's a winning trade and I break that rule. That's stupid. Because like I said, at 4 a.m., if they're not in the top 3 highest volume, they don't have enough volume to be worthwhile to take a trade. So that's it for this video. You know, sorry that that I took all those dumb trades and screwed up all my data, basically, because look, even the 2R stuff I had to enter in, you know, that it didn't go to 2R, but why would it? The 2R thing only works if you're taking good entries, and every single one of those entries was terrible. So and it's no, it's not really fair to these to say like, oh well, these reversals don't work, or these ABCD patterns don't work. I mean, the patterns don't work when there's no volume. So doesn't matter. It could be the best pattern ever. If there's no volume there, it can do anything. You saw how I was able to influence that stock by selling one share. So almost the only good news, if there is any, is that I haven't eaten too far into my profits from last month. But if I keep trading like this, I will. But again, that's what this rule is all about. That should keep me out of trades like that and help me to just sit out if there's nothing. That's the hardest thing to do for me, I guess. When I get up in the middle of the night, basically, to take a trade, I kind of feel like, I should take a trade, which is stupid, just because I got up. What I should do is follow this rule, and then if by 4:15 there's nothing in the top three that meet my price range, I just back away, go back to bed. It's better than, look at all this time I stayed up since 4 a.m. just to make these stupid trades and have to enter in all this data for these terrible trades, and for no reason. So if anything good can come from this, it's just learning from these stupid mistakes and helping you guys avoid making them, because you can see me do them and see what happens instead of you guys having to make them. All right, hope this helps you. I may or may not take a trade later on. We'll see what there is at the market open. Take care.